Massive Fallout news just dropped, and I can already hear you say, what's happening? What's going on? Can you stop edging me? Did they finally announce Fallout 5? Is it coming? And the obvious answer to that is, God, I hope not. What's the point of getting Fallout 5 by Bethesda? It's gonna be pure shit. Why would I ever be excited about Fallout 5 or Elder Scrolls 6? The only thing that's gonna get me excited is if Bethesda announces that they're gonna sell all their IPs to literally any other slop company out there, maybe AI generated, okay? It can't get possibly worse than Starfield. And if we're lucky, it's gonna be some American hobo on the side of the street currently ODing on fentanyl. And then we're gonna get a banger with a story, okay? But no, hopefully they don't announce anything, because that would make me sad. I don't want Fallout 5. I don't want Elder Scrolls 6. Not as long as Bethesda's goddamn in charge. I don't want this. I want anyone else to make it. But the chances that Fallout 5 actually gets announced officially, I think is very high. My opinion for a long time has been like this. Microsoft is extremely sad with their investments with that $8 billion that they bought Bethesda for, because, I mean, it's not paying off, clearly, and everything that they're doing except the Fallout TV show is absolutely failing. So, they need to step up the schedule, okay? Microsoft cannot afford this. Okay, at this rate, Fallout 5 is going to be ready by roughly 2040. Good luck, everyone else. Now, I think they're going to be making the two games at the same time. Elder Scrolls 6 and then Fallout 5. They're going to have a release schedule like Activision or something, where, it's like, every year it switches what's happening. Then there's a Fallout thing, then there's whatever Elder Scrolls thing, and Starfield maybe keeps existing. Who honestly cares about that part, right? So, I think it's pretty likely, especially with a season 2 of the Fallout TV show happening, that they do announce something involving Fallout 6, which again would be devastating, because I'm not kidding. I do not want Fallout 5. Why the fuck would I want it? I fully believe it's gonna fail. I fully believe it's gonna be a disappointment. I'd rather delay that thing by 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but at least get a good game. I don't want something Bethesda quality. I don't want anything Bethesda quality at this point.
I was reflecting on when was the last time I was comfortably excited about something for the Fallout franchise, and I went, it's been a decade, right? We all know I was not cautious at all with Fallout 4. So after that point, with 76, I went, they're going online. We'll see how that one goes. Then the next thing that we got for the Fallout franchise was a TV show, and I went, I don't know about this, because, Fallout's a role-playing series, and suddenly you're trying to set characters and tell a story around them, and I don't have any agency over that. I don't know if...
Wait. What's wrong with setting TV show about a game, as long as it's faithful to the original material, which the Fallout series was not. I mean, it did the most irreversible damage to all established lore that we could have ever got. The Brotherhood of Steel is literally a bunch of lunatic idiots. Previously, they were just lunatics. Ghouls are immortal. They literally just immortal, and they need to drink this magical thing that makes them from dying. Super mutants are also invulnerable, like ghouls, I guess, which is also a thing. And I mean, it just gets worse, okay? Dr. House completely destroyed. The story is fully capitalism bad, as you would expect from Hollywood, the place that maximizes the benefits of capitalism, in a failing sense, obviously, because Hollywood in general is like literally 80 billion in debt. Disney is, I think, or something like that. So yeah, fun times all around.
That's Fallout to me, and of course I was proven dead wrong. So here we are, 10 years from the last time I was comfortably excited about something Fallout related, and I realized that's why I'm feeling so good going into this video, going into this holiday season, I'm combining my favorite holiday and Christmas with my favorite thing in entertainment, Fallout. They're coming together this December, and there's going to be a lot of each. And so I'm like, dude, this is going to be awesome. But best of all, I'm not really coming in with a lot of question marks of quality. It's more about like, will they tell the right story? Will they nail that story? But like,
Hey, if you play Bethesda games, you're never coming into anything thinking, oh wow, we're gonna get quality. 76, the launch was legendary shit show. Starfield's launch was also really bad, and that's, by the way, 2 years that Microsoft said you're not gonna release this, you're gonna fix bugs. No, seriously, Microsoft literally told Bethesda you're gonna spend 2 years fixing bugs before release. Too bad they did that. Imagine Starfield releases and it's even more of a disaster than it was. I would just I would just be dead right there on the spot. I would have time so hard that it would have been over. My heart would explode.
feel great about the franchise in a lot of ways. Of course, I want a new mainline game. But it's cool just to be in this pocket right now where I go, okay, after testing the new 76 update and knowing how great Season 1 is, I'm kind of comfortably excited about some Fallout stuff. I'm enjoying this little pocket I'm in for the end of the year.
76 is so trash, they literally made it that you can aim constantly with watts, and your AP will pretty much almost never run out. So, you know, you don't have to actually have to aim in your first-person shooter game. 10 out of 10.
Is what I'm trying to say. And I think the end of this month is really where it all kicks off, and that brings us together today because a lot of you have been tagging me about this Fallout Day stream. So let's get into it. What can you expect from this one? Maddie, is it time for Fallout 5? What about that Fallout 3 remaster? New Vegas ports? Is it happening? Let's talk about it. Take a breath. If you're new here, you're into what's...
But I still can't get over how spiteful of a loser Todd Howard is. Well, I actually can fully understand how much of a spiteful loser he is. He made Fallout 3, which was at that time supposed to be his grand magnus opus, okay? That was supposed to be his baby, okay? And it's shit, okay? The story makes literally no sense. You got like a bunch of groups of people trying to push the button to start the purification plant, and you know, it doesn't... There's very little difference in how people approach it, and then you need to go into a radiated chamber and you're like, hey, you, super mutant that's immune to the thing, how about you push these 3 fucking buttons? No, that's your destiny to die in there. It's so fucking stupid. Oh, Fallout 3 was such a shit tier game, honestly. It is the worst modern day Fallout experience. I ain't gonna lie. I honestly think at this point 76 has more to offer than Fallout. No. 76 is still worse. But not by a lot, honestly. Fallout 3 is just not good. And then comes out New Vegas and completely shatters the Todd Howard's whole world. A bunch of guys in a cave with a box of scraps literally made the best Fallout experience up to this day, okay? Nothing comes close to how good New Vegas is. That's just the reality, boys, okay? It is what it is. And then Todd Howard makes his magnus opus, which is called Starfield, and we know it's actually called Shitfield because it's so goddamn crappy. And, you know, I mean, of course I'm never letting Fallout New Vegas be remastered, even though it's the clearly superior choice to Fallout 3, or, well, any game to be remastered at this point, because they can't do 2 Elder Scrolls remasters in a row, so Morrowind has to wait. It doesn't matter how we feel about that, Morrowind players, okay? Because it's just people... He's never gonna allow New Vegas to just be remastered, because the moment New Vegas gets remastered, everyone's gonna be like, holy shit. Todd Howard has completely destroyed the franchise.
Go on with Fallout, consider subscribing. So, got tagged in this tweet from Bethesda a lot. Let's talk about it. Save the date. Our annual Fallout Day broadcast will be streaming live on October 23rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Fallout for Hope post show immediately following. Tune in for the latest news about our existing Fallout games, community celebrations, and upcoming fan events. So yeah, let's just put a pin in a single balloon here. Look at the key word there, existing, not upcoming Fallout games or just Fallout games, existing Fallout games. What are the existing ones? Everything 76 and prior, which can still open up a little bit of a door for certain remakes and remasters. We'll talk about all of that. But let's open with this. If you are going into this expecting Fallout 5, Fallout 5 teaser, whatever it may be, this is on you if you walk out disappointed. I'm not saying you have to go in and love what's there. It can still suck without Fallout 5. But if you're going in expecting the next mainline series to be teased here, that is not going to happen. However, I do think this could be a platform for Bethesda to do that sort of stuff. It's something us Fallout fans have advocated for a while. And that was the victory of them starting up this broadcast last year, was okay, they're doing something on Fallout Day, the bombs drop day. Like, yes, this is what we've asked for since before Fallout 4 even came out. So Bethesda acknowledging that day and planning events and announcements and reveals around that is great. And there could be a time we do see Fallout 5 at one of these shows, but I just don't think there's a reason for them to pull the trigger on like a Fallout 5 title card here or anything like that. What I think you should expect at this show, more than anything, just like last year.
Well, that's good news. We're not getting Fallout 5, so more already existing slop, I guess,
is Fallout 76. The good news is, unlike last year, I think
I think they're gonna, if they're gonna announce Fallout 5, I think it's gonna be during, after, or before the TV show. I think after the TV show.
Fallout 76 talk will...
I think that's realistically the biggest chance to get that Fallout 5 announcement. But again, hopefully they don't.
Offer you much more interesting things. They're not talking about like, hey, by the way, gamer, we're adding fishing to Fallout, which I think is cool and all, but like not what I'm tuning into a Fallout stream to hear about. Like I want to know about what Burning Springs is bringing. What about this new location? How did Walton Goggins get involved? Like give us that sort of stuff. This whole entire zone, give us details on that. Those are the 76 updates I'm in on. I think those are the ones that'll interest most of my audience. And so I do think if you're looking for more on that, you'll definitely get that here. Plus, I imagine teases for what's coming in 2026. Because remember, last year's show did tease that ghouls would be in Fallout 76 as a playable character type, we'll say, when it came to the top of the new year. The reason Fallout 76 is getting such a big focus is because it benefited the most from the TV show. And given the TV show is about to launch a new season and 76 is leaning into that already with Burning Springs and bringing the ghoul in, it all makes sense there. But also, like, I got some numbers, y'all. I talked to the creative director and the production director of 76 at the Burning Springs event, and we were asking around, like, hey, how big was that spike? And they said somewhere around like 6 to 7 million last year, which I thought was insane. When you hear a number like that, you're like, okay, I get why 76 probably got a much bigger budget, and they're like, hey, we need to really push for...
Well, do you want to know the irony, boys, by the way? Because I'll give you the irony. Fallout 76 SteamDB. Let's go. And let me switch the scene so you can see it, okay? There we go. And by the way, boys, like the video, pipe it up on a mobile device, do it right now because it helps me out tremendously and greatly appreciate all of you who do that, okay? And if you think the things that we talk about here are important and more people should know about how bad Fallout is and how stupid Bethesda is and how pitiful Todd Howard is, then definitely right now press the like button and hype it up, because I can guarantee you, YouTube's gonna show it to more people if you do that. And I greatly appreciate all of you who do it because it truly helps and takes less than a second. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. But in any case, this is the Fallout 76 SteamDB. Now, let me show you a couple of things, okay? This was literally the Fallout, the thing. This was the show. This was the show. It truly was absolutely massive. This truly was absolutely massive. A rough estimate, by the way, of how many monthly players you have overall from all the people to get 10K, by the way, concurrent players is roughly 1 million, by the way. Something around those numbers. This is how they got them. It's more or less that. It's not a real science, but you know, it's something around that on average, I would say. But the average can vary heavily up and down. But in any case, let me explain what you're seeing right here. This thing right here, you know, before, look at this. It had roughly 14, 15, and you know, below that K players. And you're probably thinking that's not bad. That's actually not really that bad in my opinion also. But you need to understand, Bethesda officially said when you had these numbers right here that they're gonna shut down Fallout 76 because it's not profitable enough. And then you had the giant spike, and then you had all of the big updates, all of the everything. And look at that. We're we're just a little bit higher. You know, we're just a little bit higher than previously. Okay? It's just and you know, it's still kind of just slowly dropping down. There are some updates currently, but it's just not it. Fallout 76, after the huge influx from the TV show, is back at the level where it was supposed to be shut down because it's not enough profit, and now it's doubly true because of the insane amount of updates that they have done. Because seriously, they have done an insane amount of updates. Now, the reason why Fallout 76 is actually well, staying alive so long is because if you don't play 76, let me explain what's happening, okay? 76 is literally just a giant microtransaction. That's it. It is designed for people who are level 1000 plus to buy literally everything in an atomic shop. Okay, you think Xbox Game Pass is unlucrative and fucking shit? You haven't seen Fallout, the Fallout First subscription, okay? That thing adds even less value. And in fact, it adds you more ways that you can pay for stuff. And even with all of that, the fact that the player base is literally primed to just be effectively pay pigs, they still wanted to close it down. And yet, here we are once again. The destruction of Bethesda is truly, truly beautiful. And by the way, still 71% of, you know, reviews. I actually want to, I would love to actually see the chart for this. How has it changed over the years? Because that would be funny. But well, honestly, who cares at the end of the day? 76 is a disaster. And it's gonna probably be shut down once again. Or at least they're gonna talk about it in very soon. Imagine having an average of 10k literal pay pigs every month, every day, and your shitty game is still not profitable. That is insane. Now, the reason why I, by the way, think that it's unprofitable is because I think it's actually bots. I think it's bots. I don't remember if we had ever done this, but let's just write in Fallout 76 buy items. Sponsored. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, we did this. We did this. I'm gonna share the screen again so you can see. Literally a sponsor, literally Google sponsorship, by the way, here. Look at this. This is the Fallout 76 items. This is what you can buy. 100 grenades, blah, blah, blah. All of this. Look at this. 100 things for... I think it's just... The hell was that? That was a strange sound. That was like a poop poop. The hell? That kind of freaked me out, not gonna lie. Oh, it's probably their shit. But yeah, you see, I think this is bots. I really think this is just all bots. There's so much stuff that you can buy. Let's actually look at legendary armor mods. Look at this. Some of them are like €1 each. Some of them are almost €2 each. This is kind of wild. I think most of the player base that's left is bots. Let's see plans. Holy! 20 buckaroonies, 7 buckaroonies. This has a discount. Bruv, they're discounting 27 bucks. Oh my lord. Weapons. Let's look at the weapons. All 17. Oh no, actually this is 16. $16 all of this. This is kind of insane. Yeah, all of these are 16. Let's see the ammunitions. Yeah, 1,000 for, well, that's pointless. If you buy that, you're an idiot. Apparel, $12. Yeah, I think it's legendary mods. Oh, this is this is cheap. I think we already clicked on this. Serums. What the fuck is a serum? No idea, but these are $1 each. Again, I think it's just bots. $5, $8, almost $10. Interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of the player base that is left is bots. That's honestly what I think. When I see a market this large, technically, not looking good.
Like a big update. I also learned while I was out there that 76's team is like over 180 people or something like that. Like it's way more than I expected. They've dedicated a lot of manpower to this. So I'm expecting really great things as time goes on for 76. But too long didn't read. I think this is the star of the show here. That and then Fallout Season 2, of course. Naturally, that brings us to Maddie. What else will be there? And I know we're all thinking about it. Let's start off with the Fallout 3 remaster. Well, before I share any thoughts on it, we should probably go to one of the main sources who leaked that this game is actually real, and that was Nate the Hate. And when this event was announced, someone tagged him saying Fallout 3 remaster / make announcement, and he says, I'd be very surprised if they make mention of it this early. That's because, as Nate has mentioned multiple times before, this is a project that is pretty early in development. We probably shouldn't expect to see it for another like 2 years. And any type of announcement would be very premature. And to be honest, with so much happening with Fallout, Bethesda does not need to create any distractions from what they're trying to do again, which is jam players into 76. Remember, 76 had such a big player count spike, like I just talked to you about, without any...
Actually, every game had a massive spike. The biggest one, I think, was 4, and then it was 76. Or was it 76 then 4? Because obviously they go in. Most people are gonna choose to play the newest installment of the game, right?
Content ready to go. Now they've got content ready to go with all the TV show hype and the inevitable player spike for all these Fallout games. 76 is gonna go crazy. You probably don't want to introduce any major distractions. I think there will be a minor announcement I'll get into in a moment here, but no major like, hey, Fallout 3 remaster coming soon, where people are like, I'm not going to play 7.
I mean, the TV show's coming out when Fallout 76 announces the the DLC with the goal and whatnot. That's when that is coming out.
76, because I know the next single player Fallout game is around.
The only question is it going to be before, or is it going to be after, or is it going to be in the middle of the TV show when they see that interest starts to wane? I think the smartest would be for them before the TV show drops. But no, then they're not maximizing the TV show. Maybe it's at the same time. What's their, I don't know what's their release schedule for the series. Is it like 1 each week? Is it 2, 3 episodes each week? Or what's happening?
Corner. I do hope if there's anything that the 76 team does tease that would bring a lot of us to the forefront for 76, it'd be like an offline mode or something along those lines. I mean, the game feels so playable without all the online stuff at this point, given the amount of updates they've added in. I would kill for that. But simply put, this is a money-making machine for Bethesda. I think they're also very aware that the second you introduce something major in the mainline series or something major in the single-player part of things, that 76 can still stand on its own 2 feet, but no doubt a lot of the player base is going to go over there and play that single-player game, because that's what, let's be real, all due respect to 76 and how it's recovered, this is the Fallout that we all know and love, and that's the most popular. So naturally, the other question that I saw was being kicked around a lot was about New Vegas ports and what's happening with that. And Nate the Hate was also asked about this. Have you heard any rumors of a Fallout New Vegas port coming to PS5 anytime soon? It would be great to see one since season 2 of the show is in December. And Nate the Hate said, not anytime soon, which doesn't really say that it doesn't exist. It just means that if it's happening, it's not happening anytime soon, which again makes sense. We can see the Fallout roadmap kind of forming before our eyes. Of course, we know based on how quickly we're getting season 2 that next year or top of 2027, we can be getting season 3 of the Fallout TV show. So we're going to be getting a lot of Fallout that way. And then on top of that, you have the remasters that no doubt are going to pop up. And then on top of all of that, you've got Fallout 5, which just reportedly got greenlit by Xbox a couple of months ago. And so given that Microsoft likes a lot of money and you see how great the Oblivion remaster did, I do see a world where like Bethesda's just going to feed the...
Remember that the Oblivion remaster proved that the old games are better than the new ones.
These remasters in between major beats for the Fallout license that'll kind of cap off with Fallout 5. And one of those projects will be a Fallout port of some kind. I feel like the goal is probably within like 5 years or so to have something happening with Fallout every year, which has been the demand for a while. And I will be one happy camper when that finally happens. He says now, before they start doing like Fallout MOBAs and Fallout Battle Royale. Well, they already did a Fallout Battle Royale. Good God almighty. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Yeah, they did. Reminder, they actually did, and it failed miserably.
So,
well, in any case, I guess no one cares about Maddie's prediction. I again, we win if nothing happens and Bethesda somehow magically gets sold for spare parts, which is not likely, obviously, but hey. Anyway, that was Mr. Maddie Plays 10 out of 10. Bye!